G'day mate, 40 here. So I was listening to George Friedman analyze the Hamas attacks on Israel, and he was trying to explain massive Israeli intelligence failure. And he made a great point that when you have a concept about how the world should work, how your enemy should work, that concept is frequently going to be impervious against all evidence. So I'm sure there are plenty of intelligence warnings that Israel received about the Hamas attacks, but they had a particular concept about Hamas, so that they ignored these probably lower level intelligence warnings. And I mean, I see that throughout the life, my life, your life, the world. People develop a concept about how the world works, how someone else works, and they're impervious to all evidence. How do I feel about all the bloodthirst coming from American Jews right now? I think it's healthy, normal, and natural. I think any people that did not react similarly to getting blood massacred would not be long for this world. So if your people, if your women and children get murdered in the hundreds, then yeah, bloodthirsty desire for revenge, normal, natural, and healthy. Now, that doesn't mean every single way you go about this normal, natural, and healthy desire is good. Doesn't mean it's appropriate in every situation. It's not a blank check. Oh, just because I feel something strongly, and it's a normal feeling, it's a natural feeling, and it's a healthy feeling. Doesn't mean that all behavior and choices and language, springing from that feeling is going to be adaptive. So when whites get bloodthirsty, that is healthy and natural. Yeah. So Americans got bloodthirsty after Pearl Harbor, after 9/11. Normal, natural, and healthy. Every people who get slaughtered, you'd expect them to have a bloodthirsty reaction against getting slaughtered. So I think I started getting enthusiastic about Donald Trump in something like August of 2015, and can't wait till America takes in all the Palestinians. What the hell? Oh yeah. So I started getting enthusiastic about Donald Trump in August of 2015, I believe, give or take a couple of weeks. And my connected, professional, accomplished friends said, look, we're connected to the highest echelons of the Republican Party. There's no way this man will ever be allowed to win the Republican nomination. Gaza gets ethnically cleansed, America gets refugees, win-win for the rules-based international order. America's not going to take tens of thousands of Palestinians. I just see there's absolutely no way that can happen. So if people are really concerned about the Palestinians, then there are about 16 neighboring Arab nations where they get to speak the same language and observe the same religion, where they should be welcomed, such as Egypt and Jordan. That's on Arab nations, Muslim nations, to take care of their own. If America won't, Germany will. Don't know. But yeah, I had these more accomplished friends of mine assuring me there's absolutely no way that Donald Trump could win the Republican nomination, because I had this concept that a boor like Donald Trump, there's no way that their elite friends would ever allow this man to triumph. Well, guess what? Donald Trump won the Republican nomination. And my friends were telling me, look, you don't know the people I know. Right? That's a literal quote that I was getting from people. You don't know the people I know. I know people high up at Fox News. There's no way that Donald Trump will ever get the Republican nomination. And I got this line a lot. You don't know the people I know. So all these people far more successful and connected than me were completely wrong about the reach of Donald Trump because they had a concept that was wrong. Just like Israeli intelligence and its security apparatus apparently had a concept about Hamas that was just dead wrong, and so they ignored all evidence to the contrary. I think Palestinians deserve Israeli citizenship. It's ridiculous Palestinians live under Israeli control yet don't have political representation. Why can't a Palestinian Gaza vote in an Israeli election? Because Gaza is not part of Israel. Palestinians, by definition, are not Israeli citizens. So it's like protesting, why can't Mexicans who don't have American citizenship, why can't they vote in American elections? Why can't Norwegians vote in Japanese elections just because they don't have Japanese citizenship? Now, generally speaking, Israel's ruling class is more hard-headed than America's. It's more pragmatic, it's more realistic, and due to the highly tenuous situation of Israel, where it just takes one mistake and the country will be obliterated, Israelis are more clear-eyed in pursuing their own national interests. And that certainly does not mean showering largesse upon millions of people who want them dead. Bernard, it says, I've unfollowed everyone tweeting about Israel or Palestine. Too much noise. It says that Cowboys has gone off the deep end, filled with rage. Haven't seen his tweets, but I'm not a normal human being. I'm pretty disconnected from normal human emotions. So I go through life pretty much in analytic mode. Now, my raw emotions do seep out at times, such as watching the Dallas Cowboys. But I'm working on a blog post about all the wrong concepts that have tripped me up in life. So I'd say probably number one concept that's tripped me up in life is placing too much importance on religion. So it seems to me from a pragmatic perspective, religion seems to function largely as a subset of culture. So Norwegian Christianity, right, in many ways, is more similar to what Norwegian non-Christians do in, say, Japanese Christianity or African Christianity or Bolivian Christianity. Right, so I grew up in Australia, and Australian Christians in many ways are more similar to their fellow Aussies than they are to Christianity in America or France, Germany, or Japan. Luke Ford has transcended normal human emotion. Thank you, Daphne. I'd largely been without normal levels of access to human emotion long before I ever took modafinil. It's the result of getting bounced off walls and beaten up repeatedly as a child in strange and unfamiliar circumstances, or in strange and familiar circumstances that led to an emotional shutdown, like essentially growing up without a mother. Many people in similar circumstances, they too lack access to normal human emotions. So when I was growing up Seventh-day Adventist, right, I thought everyone who wasn't Seventh-day Adventist was just, lost. And when I was just an evangelical Christian, I thought everyone who wasn't an evangelical Christian was lost. Then when I was an atheist, what did I think? I thought that I was so much more rational and hard-headed than religious people. Then I convert to Judaism and have exaggerated views of Jews and Judaism. I develop exaggerated views of the power of moral education. I kind of learn to my chagrin that a person's morality is largely situational and largely determined by the quality of their bonds with other people. So I want to enumerate all the wrong concepts that taken with me through life and that have blinded me to reality, so that I've built up walls of false concepts about how the world works. And so I think there are many on the right who had a false concept that Barack Obama, Joe Biden would be an absolute disaster. Neither presidents, thank you, have proven to be absolute disasters, unless we get into a world war over Russia. And people on the left had a false concept that Donald Trump was the pawn of Russia, that Russia essentially hacked the 2016 elections. And for 99% of people, 99% of the time, life under Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, didn't really matter to them 99% of the time who was president. So probably suffered from a overestimation of the power of politics in America in particular to shape life. So if I want to make a more comprehensive list of the wrong concepts that have shielded me from reality till reality has overwhelmed these false concepts, I guess I could just go through Dennis Prager's weekly columns, because almost every Dennis Prager column revolves around various concepts that I now believe to be false. Well, the chat says, I wish that American Jews cared as much about America as they do about Israel. Well, those American Jews who care the most about Israel, the ones who vote Republican and care the most about America, they're the most nationalistic Americans, right? More likely to support the border wall, more likely to support Trump's Muslim immigration ban. So American Jews most rabid about Israel are on the right. Those American Jews who don't care about Israel, they're overwhelmingly on the left. So the most elite forms of American religion on the Christian side are against nationalism. As the Anglicans, mainstream Protestants, the Catholic elite, overwhelmingly against nationalism. So WASPs kind of turned against themselves and against nationalism and a strong sense of an ethnic identity. Really started going strong in the 1920s, into the 1930s, 40s, 50s. So why did America's WASPs give up sovereignty? Jewish Republicans only support America if it supports Israel. Oh, I mean, you can emote and feel everything you want to feel, but there's no difference overwhelmingly in the politics of Jewish Republicans and non-Jewish Republicans. So I know it's tremendously intoxicating to believe that one tiny people is the cause of most of your troubles. So much easier to think that than to take a hard look at, other causes. Nothing dual about Jewish American loyalty. Well, guess what? 2/3 of American Jews don't really care much about Israel. Only 1/3 of American Jews strongly support Israel, and Israel is an important part of their identity. Church of Norway and the Norwegian state has been intertwined since the Reformation. Christendom collapsed after the state. The elite lost interest in Christianity. Jewish Republicans do not support American nationalism. Well, by and large, they supported Donald Trump as enthusiastically as non-Jewish Republicans. So by any empirical measure you want to take, everything that you're alleging here is false. Ricardo. Any Western country going nationalistic, every single one's going to go lockstep into demographic doom. Turn on the TV. Oh, that's classic. Turn on the TV. Because TV, from Ricardo's perspective, is the truest reflection of reality. So, guys, don't do any hard work. Right? Don't do study. Don't look at the statistics. Don't trust your own lying eyes in real life experience. Turn on the TV, because, says Ricardo, that's the truest expression of reality. You'll have a more distorted understanding of the world from watching TV than if you never watch TV. TV pollutes one's understanding of reality. TV distorts one's understanding of reality. TV is a funhouse mirror of reality. But it's a lot easier to do than reading books and reading academic studies. Yeah, I get that. So much easier to just turn on the TV.